Ladies and gentlemen, we move forward to turning innovation and exploring how AI, machine learning, and advanced data systems are being used to build a smarter and more sustainable future. And to take us through this discussion, please welcome to the stage our panelists, His Excellency Engineer Manal Abdulrahim, the Assistant Undersecretary for the Support Services Sector and Chief AI and Innovation Officer at the UAE's Ministry of Climate Change and Environment. Along with him is Engineer Niels de Bruijn, the CEO of NMDC Dredging and Marine, Tareq Abdulla Marzooqi, the CEO of SAFEEN Subsea, Khaled Ahmed Sharbatly, the CEO of Desert Technologies, and of course your moderator, Buthina Ahmed Almeraikhi, the Marketing Manager at NMDC Group.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll hear from distinguished leaders on how AI, data, and emerging technologies are transforming climate action, not as a distant possibilities, but as practical solutions shaping real outcomes today. To set the stage, it's important to begin with the national perspective, where policies, innovation, and strategic vision come together to drive meaningful change. As the UAE accelerates its sustainability agenda, AI is becoming central to climate action. Your Excellency, how is the Ministry leveraging AI and innovation to enhance climate monitoring, prediction, and response capabilities?
First of all, good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure, honestly, to be here in this beautiful morning, and thank you very much for even giving the topic that important in the aspect of sustainability. To address this question, allow me just to enhance on the idea of having AI at the center of a lot of sector today. We can see that the discussion of AI and technology is part of every single day activities. So it's a huge burden on us, specifically on the topic of sustainability. So the roadmap of the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment is a reflection of the UAE and the national ambition achieving the net zero strategy and aligning with the UAE vision to be among the best countries in the world, and specifically the best country in the world in our centennial, which involves definitely technology. So when we look at the AI as a topic, it's very important for us to focus on three elements. First element, I would say, it's the stakeholder engagement and the partnership with private, public, as well as academia. So a huge focus should be put in the leveraging the data that we gather every single day in every aspect of sustainability and environment, whether it's climate, biodiversity, sustainability in general within the society, to be able to understand what the future holds for us and how we can be more ready for future. And it's honestly what I would say, that still we can see there is a huge gap between our ambition and what we do in implementation and action. The second aspect, which is a really important aspect, is people and building the capabilities of people to be ready to use those AI, because in the arena of sustainability, we are dealing with scientists, we are dealing with people who are very much focused on the science behind those areas. So it's very important to let them understand what is there for them in technology aspect. The last topic, which is also a very important topic, is the idea of focusing on the real problems. So what kind of problem statement we are trying to solve today? If, for example, we are trying to fix the water scarcity or soil salinity, it's important for us to focus on this problem and prove a concept, then scale it up on the national level. So this is the roadmap that the ministry is building today. It's a holistic roadmap. It's not only the ministry, it's every single entity, private, public, universities, academia, as well as individuals, because they are part of the ecosystem that we are really interacting with in every day.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Excellency. Now moving from national strategies to industry applications, where technology meets operations on ground. Engineer Niels, NMDC operates at the intersection of large-scale infrastructure and environmental responsibility. How is NMDC using advanced technologies to optimize dredging and marine operations while minimizing the environmental impact?
Yeah, let's say the way, thank you for giving me the opportunity to explain how NMDC uses AI. We use it basically in two ways. One way is to safeguard our people. We have very advanced techniques. So there are, let's say on the work site, there are all kinds of cameras, and they are constantly monitoring the workforce, and they can sort of predict when a dangerous situation occurs. So AI is helping us to prevent accidents from happening. That's one thing. The other thing is that we use AI, let's say these dredges are quite complicated. There are many sensors, hundreds of sensors, and we analyze the data for, let's say, to minimize maintenance and repair, to minimize wear and tear, to just be ahead, that something doesn't break down just all of a sudden, but we know when we have to replace certain parts, and that's also through AI. So it's really a tool to work more safely and more efficiently. And working more efficiently is always good for the environment as well.
That is a definite. Thank you, Engineer Niels. Would you like to add to that?
Yeah, there's something else which is really an environmental, more technical thing, and it's, I'm very excited about, call it olivine sand. Olivine is a rock that's, you can find it, anywhere in the world, mostly around the coasts. It's in Oman, it's also the UAE. If this rock, let's say, if you break it down, or if you grind it into sand, so you make sand out of the rock, you place that sand, on the beach, each ton of this olivine sand will absorb 1 ton of CO2 from the air.
Wow, that's great, yes.
And of course, this is an extra cost, because you have to break down the rock, you have to transport it, but the extra costs are compensated by the carbon credits, which the big tech companies like Microsoft or Google, they're really interested to pay us for taking CO2 out of the air. So it's a combination of a marine solution, which also helps, let's say, the environment.
Perfect. Thank you, Engineer Niels. From coastal infrastructure, let's go beneath the surface, quite literally, to understand how subsea operations are harnessing AI. Engineer Tareq, SAFEEN Subsea works in some of the most complex environments. How are you applying AI and data-driven solutions to improve subsea operations and sustainability outcomes?
As mentioned by Her Excellency, that artificial intelligence and good connectivity to remote areas position us today. We are in a better position to implement unmanned solution or robotic solutions in offshore. And in SAFEEN Subsea, we are introducing a lot of technologies that converting the manned human-intensive operations to unmanned operations. And this is one of the strengths we are building on, and we believe the gap of improvement is huge today. The only thing we need to do is to implement our ideas and visions in the market. One of the examples is our SAFEEN Green. The vessel is designed to do all survey activities, offshore survey activities. The vessel can go from any port to offshore area and conduct all survey activities completely unmanned, which enhance the operations of safety. We reduce the fuel consumption comparing to the conventional vessel by 90%. We are targeting zero by using biofuel, and this is how we are planning to develop and change all the applications from normal conventional vessels to unmanned vessels.
Perfect. Thank you, Tareq. Energy is a crucial pillar in this conversation. Let's explore the role of innovation in clean energy. Khaled, energy transition is at the heart of climate action. How are AI-driven energy storage systems and smart infrastructure helping solve the clean energy challenge?
Okay, first of all, thank you for having us with you here. I'm very happy to be in Abu Dhabi and be with Your Excellency and esteemed guests. So, I always used to say that energy is the foundation of modern society. But now, the past couple of years, specifically this year, we woke up to something that's called AI, and today AI went from an idea, far-fetched dream, to something that's touching our everyday life. Just like, you know, an Instagram video goes viral, right, overnight. And today, I don't think energy is going to be able to work without AI. It's even more important than the internet itself. So AI is the operating system of energy. And you need AI in different ways. Before, we used to think about it in terms of prevention. So, okay, we want AI to prevent maintenance, etc. But today, we can predict the weather. We can predict outages. We can optimize the systems that we have. And with the energy mix and the way the world is heading towards an energy mix because of increased demand from AI itself, so it's a loop. To build all these data centers that, you know, in the Gulf alone, there's over $200 billion of announced data centers just the next 5 years, only in the GCC. And all of that is going to require a lot of energy. And it will require an energy mix. So no longer that renewables can be a single source, we need everything. And to do that, you need an operating system. And you can no longer have big operating rooms, O&M facilities with a lot of engineers managing different devices, and each one will have a screen. This cannot work anymore. So AI is definitely the driver of the energy transition.
Perfect. Thank you, Khaled. Thank you for that. Let's circle back to the policy landscape to understand how these technological shifts are supported at a national level. Your Excellency, beyond monitoring and prediction, AI plays a major role in long-term planning. What initiatives are being implemented to integrate AI into sustainable development and environmental management across the UAE?
I honestly believe it's a very good question because it is the heart of what we need today is the action, which is the initiatives themselves. Allow me just to wrap up on what we discussed and my esteemed guests, my esteemed colleagues here. I think all of us agree that AI is reshaping the way we do businesses. So, and everyone agrees that AI consumes a lot of power. So let's decide also together that we use the advantage of having more than 80% of the companies today are investment and, in technology and AI, and use it toward and redirect it toward our environment. So we can see, and honestly, I'm noticing a lot of technology companies who already approach us on a daily basis that they have the technology is there. But the problem or the issue that they are facing is their ability to access the real data. So this is exactly what we are doing today. The initiatives is around using the technologies and identifying the real cases, the use cases and problem statements, and providing the right data sets. For example, one of the initiatives we are working now together is with the private sector is to do some kind of attestation for all the services around, for example, environment that we provide using AI. It takes less time and less, of course, I think time from employees that we are working with their services, so they can use it on other things. Another initiative is not only the initiatives, is the ministry initiatives, it's a global initiative, are the areas related to the climate in general. So how we can use the data available and for the weather and the water, the air quality to predict and to be more ready toward the future or any crisis that could happen in the future. So it is an important topic that the ministry is really highlighting today, and we are working hand in hand with our partners to make sure that we are heading to the right direction. I always emphasize on the idea of the capability building, because I think majority of our entities work with data on daily basis, and the data around environment are very complex. So the computing power, the machine learning process is beyond what a human being can really take, and it needs a lot of change management within the process. So we are trying to push people to understand what can AI provide them in terms of outcomes and impact, and of course productivity, which is taking now. Honestly, all the people here sitting, they are using AI on a daily basis, and definitely it's increasing their productivity. But it's our responsibility also, whether it's in energy sectors or other sector, to use the data available within our systems that we gathered the past 10, 15 years to be able to use the machine learning and AI and GenTech AI to be able to do better.
Perfect. Thank you, Your Excellency. And let's return to the marine sector and explore how predictive technologies are shaping daily operations. Niels, looking deeper into NMDC's operations, can you share examples of predictive technologies or AI applications that have enhanced operational efficiency and climate resilience?
Yeah, that will happen. You know, it's difficult to predict, but it's not only in operations, but also in engineering, designing. You know, you see it coming, and you know, we have a great number of people, and as long as AI is used, and that's the way I see it, AI should be used to make our people do a better job, to do things that, you know, take a lot of time from our people, and that they can spend more time in creating new ideas and be more creative. So AI is for me really a supporting tool to maximize, let's say the knowledge and the know-how of the people.
Thank you, Engineer Niels. Moving on, Tareq, offshore operations bring their own unique challenges. What role does technology play in mitigating environmental risks and enhancing safety in offshore projects?
As I mentioned, our objective is to minimize number of people going offshore. So most of our solutions coming with unmanned solutions. We keep people working in remote operating centers where it's safe, and they can, you know, that we are a family-oriented culture. We do have this is important factor in our society. So they can have more quality time with their families and execute the same and maintain the same productivity and efficiency. So it's a combination of great things like cost-effective solution, efficiency, and also environmental friendly. And so all of our future projects going to be executed with completely different mindset.
Perfect. Thank you, Tareq, for that. And finally, Khaled, clean energy is the backbone of sustainable transformation. Looking ahead, how do clean energy technologies serve as a catalyst for advancing Vision 2030 goals in the region?
So, clean energy is the backbone of, as I just mentioned, of society in general. Everything we want to do depends on it. The simple reason is it's just more, when you have an energy mix, clean energy means an energy mix between conventional and renewable. So this is very important. And when you optimize all the resources that you have from both sides, and you implement AI solutions and you advance it, you will have the cheapest levelized cost of electricity, and that's what's very important. So I'm a businessman. I think about it from a business perspective. What we want is reliability. I want to make sure that the system works at all times. And we want cost optimization, so something that is cost feasible so we can have an advantage. We want something that's also sustainable for the environment and does not harm the surrounding environment from all angles. So clean energy is the backbone of Vision 2030, and it's what's going to power our data centers, what's going to power our industries and manufacturing. If you take Saudi Arabia, our plan is going from 10,000 factories to 30,000 factories in 2030. That's going to take a lot of electricity. And you need all sorts of energies. I've seen also the UAE industrial plan that's already in action that will also require a lot of electricity. So I think we have a very big competitive advantage in the Gulf that we have, thank God, all sorts of energy resources that we can use. And I think it will put us in the leading regions in the world. Already we're there, but we're going to advance even further, and we will be a hotspot for industry. Because what do you need for industry? You need land, you need capacity, which is existing, manpower, which is existing, a good location, logistically, which is perfect, and electricity. So we have all the recipe of success to be the leading region in the world by 2030, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you, Khaled. What a powerful range of perspectives, from policy to practice, from sea to energy. We've heard today how AI and advanced technologies are being leveraged from national policy to subsea operations, from infrastructure to clean energy to build smarter, more sustainable future systems. I'd like to sincerely thank our panelists for their insights. Your Excellency, Engineer Amal Abdulrahim, Engineer Niels de Bruijn, Tareq Abdulla Marzooqi, and Khaled Ahmed Sharbatly. Thank you so much. Thank you.